Welcome to the ASTRALX Deep Dive, Illuminating Your Path. I'm Lunaria Selene, your intuitive guide.
And I'm Solarian Zephyr, your cosmic strategist.
We bridge celestial wisdom with earthly rhythms. Unlock your modern path through ancestral stars. Discover guiding starlight insights for parents drowning in devotion's depths.
As we explore the powerful hidden energies of the 12th house.
Tell us, sacred nurturers, when does sacrificing for your child become losing yourself?
And how do the stars hold the key to reclaiming your light?
So today, we're embarking on this really personal journey into the 12th house. It's such an enigmatic corner of the chart, isn't it?
It really is, often misunderstood.
Exactly. And while it touches everyone, our mission today is really to unpack its profound impact specifically on parents, on caregivers. Because for so many of you listening, this might just feel like your daily reality, this paradox. You hold space for others' oceans while your own cup empties.
That phrase captures it perfectly.
It really does. That right there is the heart of the 12th house paradox for parents. You know, this boundless compassion meeting these constantly dissolving boundaries.
It's a really challenging energetic signature. It can make devotion feel, well, like depletion.
Right.
And that's precisely why this deep dive feels so crucial right now. We want to illuminate how the stars actually offer a pathway. Not just to survive this dynamic, but to truly reclaim your own light.
Even when you're deep in that devotion.
Especially then. It's about honoring that incredible capacity for compassion, sure, but also learning how to build and, crucially, maintain healthy boundaries.
So you don't lose yourself in the process.
Exactly, so you don't become the offering, as we'll discuss later.
Okay, so let's pull back that cosmic curtain then. Let's explore the core astrological mechanics of this 12th house.
Let's do it.
This isn't just abstract theory, right? It's about understanding the celestial blueprint that might be shaping your deepest caregiving patterns, maybe without you even realizing it.
It's practical wisdom hidden in the stars.
So when we talk about the 12th house, which planets are the real key players here, especially for parents trying to understand this pull?
Well, the 12th house, often called the house of, self-undoing, hidden realms, spiritual transcendence, it has a few main characters, let's say.
Okay.
First, there's Neptune, modern ruler of Pisces, and naturally associated with the 12th. Neptune is all about dissolution, empathy, blurring boundaries.
Blurring boundaries.
That sounds familiar for parents.
Right. For parents, this can mean having this incredibly porous energy field, like a sponge, just absorbing everything, especially their child's emotions.
Yeah. Okay. Who else?
Then you've got Saturn, often seen as the cosmic taskmaster.
The tough love planet.
Kind of, yeah. It brings structure, discipline, sometimes isolation, but also the really vital lessons, particularly around setting limits. Boundaries again.
And there's one more key player you mentioned.
Yes, and this one is crucial. Chiron, the wounded healer archetype. Chiron points to those inherited wounds, the deep-seated patterns that often surface in our closest relationships, especially with our children.
Precisely, where our deepest vulnerabilities often meet.
That connection, the inherited wounds in parenting, gosh, that really hits home for so many. If someone's just realizing this might be their reality, how does understanding that ancestral link help? Does it change how they see their current exhaustion?
Oh, absolutely. It's fundamentally about recognition.
Yeah.
Seeing the bigger picture.
Okay.
What's really fascinating, astrologically speaking, is how the 12th house governing sacrifice, self-undoing, often links up with the 4th house.
The house of roots, home, lineage.
Exactly. And when you look at these two together, as the brilliant Demetra George points out, they often reveal what she calls ancestral burnout cycles.
Ancestral burnout cycles. Wow, that's a surprising connection.
It is for many. It suggests that some of that exhaustion, that feeling of self-erasure parents experience, might not just be personal. It could be part of a larger inherited pattern passed down through generations.
So understanding that can bring what?
Relief, immense relief sometimes. And a different kind of motivation to heal it. It's not just for you, but maybe for the whole line.
So it's not just about my choices today, but echoes from the past. Are there specific planetary aspects that really highlight this, maybe that feeling of constant emotional entanglement?
Definitely. One really telling aspect we see impacting parents is the Moon-Neptune square.
Okay, a square. That means tension, right?
Exactly. A challenging angle between planets. Here, it's between the moon, our emotional core, our nurturing instincts, and Neptune, planet of boundlessness, dissolution.
So nurturing instincts meet boundary dissolution.
Oh, boy.
You got it. This configuration often shows up as this deep emotional osmosis with children. It's like you literally can't tell where their feelings end and yours begin.
That sounds exhausting.
It is. And it echoes what Carl Jung talked about with the collective unconscious, right? That deep connection we all share. Parents with this aspect are just hyper attuned to it with their kids.
Almost taking on their feelings wholesale.
Without even meaning to, often. That resonates so much with just the daily reality of parenting. It's clear these energies are powerful and often contradictory. So let's bring in Saturn again. How do these forces, Saturn's structure and Neptune's surrender, how do they actually play out together, especially through, say, a quantum lens?
That's a great question because the tension is palpable, isn't it? You see this push-pull between Saturn's structure versus Neptune's surrender in caregiving.
Like trying to stick to a schedule.
Exactly. Parents try to impose these rigid routines, schedules very Saturn, very structured, needing control. With a strong 12th house, especially Neptune's influence, those rigid schedules often dissolve in service.
Service to the child's immediate need.
Precisely. The constant unpredictable demands, the sudden fevers, the midnight tears, they just melt away those attempts at strict control.
So the quantum lens part.
Well, you could see it as this energetic entanglement. The parent-structured plan becomes permeable, influenced by the child's fluctuating needs. It pulls the parent into a more fluid, surrendered state, often beyond their conscious choice.
That makes so much sense. It explains why parents feel like their carefully planned days just, poof, gone.
It's that Neptune effect, dissolving structures.
Okay, these energies are clearly powerful in individual charts, but I'm really curious. How do other global traditions view this? Do they offer different perspectives on this 12th house experience for parents, maybe unique metaphors?
Oh, absolutely. And the parallels are fascinating. If we look east to Vedic astrology, the 12th house is called Moksha Bhava.
Moksha, liberation, release.
Exactly. The house of liberation, spiritual release, but also loss and expenditure. From this viewpoint, severe parental burnout could be seen almost as a form of karmic debt, or even related to Pitru dosha, an ancestral affliction linked to our duties to forefathers.
So the sacrifice might be tied to past lives, ancestral duties.
It suggests that possibility.
Yeah.
That this deep giving might be connected to unresolved patterns, karmic inheritances we're working through.
Wow, that's a really profound reframing. Takes it beyond just, I'm tired.
It does. It links it to a much larger soul journey.
What about other Asian traditions? Anything that speaks to that instinctive absorption of a child's pain?
Yes, there's a really striking observation from Japanese Insight, noted by Keiko Oikawa. She says, 12th house sun parents absorb children's shame like Huji releasing caged birds.
Huji, releasing caged birds. Tell me more.
It's a Buddhist ritual. You release captured animals, birds, fish to gain merit, to practice compassion. So the metaphor suggests these parents instinctively take on their child's hidden pain, their shame.
Trying to release it for them.
Exactly. As if by carrying it themselves, they set their child free. It highlights this incredibly deep, empathetic, almost sacrificial absorption of the child's inner world, often at their own expense.
That visual, it's incredibly powerful, instinctively taking on the child's hidden burdens. So if a parent listening feels that resonance, what's the very first step to consciously choose not to do that, to create some separation? Is there maybe a Chinese perspective or remedy?
Yes, absolutely. From a Chinese five-element perspective, you can see this deep emotional absorption as a kind of water sign overload.
Water being emotions, empathy, the unconscious, like the 12th house.
Precisely. And to balance excessive water, you look to the wood element. Wood provides structure, growth, and boundaries. So wood element rituals are often suggested.
Like what, for instance?
Think about bonsai pruning as a powerful symbol.
Careful shaping.
Exactly. It's about mindful, deliberate boundary setting, defining where your energy begins and ends, pruning away the excess, just like shaping a bonsai for its health and form.
So the first step is awareness.
Conscious awareness, noticing when you're absorbing,
Yeah.
and then intentionally visualizing that energetic pruning, creating that distinction. This is mine, that is theirs.
That's a brilliant analogy. Mindful, precise, for the health of both. Okay, let's connect all this celestial insight to our bodies, our emotional lives. How does this stuff actually show up physically? How does it play out over our lives? This is where it gets really interesting, right? The body whispering.
Screaming sometimes. Absolutely. Our bodies are incredible messengers. When we talk about specific body cues, someone with strong Neptune in the 12th aspects, that boundless empathy, potential for dissolution, they might very specifically notice shoulder tension when over-empathizing.
Oh, wow. Literally carrying the weight.
Exactly. It's a physical manifestation of carrying the emotional weight of others, especially your children. Your shoulders literally feel the burden of their stress, their sadness, because you're holding it internally.
So the body is giving clear signals if we just listen. If we are feeling that physical burden, that tension, are there specific energy centers, maybe chakras we can work with, to help discern what's ours and what's not?
Definitely. For that specific discernment, your pain versus theirs,
Okay.
third eye meditation can be incredibly helpful.
The Ajna chakra.
Yes, the third eye between the eyebrows.
Yeah.
It's associated with intuition, perception, insight.
Yeah.
By focusing your awareness there, you can cultivate the clarity needed to differentiate.
To see more clearly what's yours and what you're picking up.
Exactly. It helps create that subtle but really significant energetic boundary.
And how do these patterns develop over a lifetime? Are there key stages where these 12th house themes get seeded or maybe flare up, forcing a change?
Oh, absolutely. Our life cycle definitely interacts with these placements. Think about early childhood, say age 0-3, the moon phase of
The
development.
bonding phase.
Right. This is often where codependency patterns can seed. If a parent has strong 12th house themes, this early period, the very formation of attachment, can lay the groundwork for later struggles in differentiating their needs from their child's.
Okay, so it starts early. Does it come to a head later?
Often, yes.
Yeah.
Fast forward to the Saturn return, around age 29 or so, and then again in the late 50s.
A major life chapter shift.
A huge one.
Yeah.
And it very often acts as a crisis forcing self-care boundaries. It's this powerful period of reckoning where those ingrained patterns of sacrifice, maybe learned from childhood or even ancestrally, become utterly unsustainable.
So the universe kind of forces your hand?
It often feels that way. It compels you to finally establish healthier limits, sometimes quite abruptly.
That makes so much sense. A cosmic wake-up call demanding you prioritize yourself. Okay, let's shift from understanding this to doing something about it. For listeners feeling this deep in their bones, what practical interactive tools can they use now to start reclaiming their light, setting those boundaries?
Well, the first step is always self-awareness. So a really simple but powerful tool is a journal prompt. When did I last say no without guilt?
Oof, that's a tough one for many.
It is. And pair that with track transits to your 12th house. That guilt-free no is such a key indicator of healthy boundaries. Noticing when planetary transits like Mars or Saturn moving through your 12th activate that house can reveal when this challenge becomes most acute for you.
Connecting the inner feeling with the outer cycles, I love that.
It helps you see the patterns.
Practical and deeply insightful. That simple question unlocks so much. Okay, what about rituals or embodiment exercises, especially drawing on that watery, cleansing 12th house energy?
Yes, definitely. A really beautiful ritual blueprint is the new moon sanctuary bath.
New moon, time for new beginnings.
Exactly. Perfect for setting intentions. So
Yeah.
draw a bath, add some rosemary, great for energetic protection, and maybe an amethyst crystal for clarity.
Okay.
And as you soak, just whisper this affirmation: I release what isn't mine to carry. It's simple, but a powerful way to energetically cleanse and really set that intention for self-preservation.
I can feel the relief just imagining that. What about an embodiment exercise?
For embodiment, something gentle is parent-child float therapy. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean expensive float tanks, though that could work.
Huh, okay.
It could simply mean synchronizing your breathing with your child while you're both in water, maybe a pool, or even just the bathtub.
Why water?
Water is so deeply Neptunian, so healing and connective. This shared, quiet presence in water helps ground both of you, and it can subtly strengthen the energetic connection in a healthy way, one that still honors individual space.
Those are wonderful, really accessible ideas, bringing the cosmic right down into our homes, our bodies. Okay, to make this even clearer, let's walk through a relatable scenario, a common conflict for a 12th house parent, and then break down how to apply these solutions. Set the scene for us.
Okay, picture this. You have a Pisces mom with the 12th house moon.
Okay, so super sensitive, empathetic, boundaries already potentially blurry.
Exactly. And she finds herself constantly exhausting herself, soothing her Capricorn sun's school stress.
Ah, the Capricorn diligence meets Pisces empathy. I can see the dynamic.
Right. The sun, being Saturn ruled, is maybe prone to worry, anxiety about grades, fitting in whatever it is. And the mom just soaks it all up like that sponge we talked about. She takes on his anxiety and becomes completely overwhelmed herself.
Okay, yeah, I can absolutely visualize that. His stress becomes her stress, totally draining her. So how does she use these tools? How does she navigate this differently?
Okay, first off, astro timing. Instead of diving into the deep end when emotions are already sky high, she could aim to talk during Jupiter trine moon hours.
A trine?
It's harmonious, right?
Yes, a flowing, easy aspect. Jupiter brings optimism, expansion. The moon is emotions. So this creates a window where the conversation can be more open, more hopeful. Solutions feel possible, rather than just getting stuck in the anxiety loop.
Smart. Timing is everything sometimes. What about a physical tool?
A practical tool could be an empathy anchor stone,
Yeah.
something like lepidolite.
Lepidolite, known for calm, right?
Exactly. Calming, and it's said to help differentiate your own emotions from others. She could wear it or just have it nearby during homework sessions, for instance. It acts as a subtle, energetic buffer.
Okay, that's super specific, really helpful. Now, the hardest part may be, in that moment when the child is stressed and the parent feels that pull to just absorb it all, how does she actually say something different? How does she voice that boundary without triggering all that 12th house guilt? What's the script?
Right, the script is key. Instead of just jumping in to fix or absorb, she could try something like, "Wow, I see you're working really hard on this and it sounds stressful." Acknowledge his feeling first. Okay, validation first.
Then the boundary. I also feel like we both might need a little space to recharge from this intensity. How about we both take a 20-minute break and then we look at it again with fresh eyes?
Ah, so it's we, not just you need a break or I need a break.
Exactly. It acknowledges his struggle, I see you, without making it her struggle. It creates space. Let's pause. And crucially, it frames self-care as something both of them need, normalizing it.
It models healthy emotional processing for him, too.
Precisely. It shifts from reactive absorption to proactive boundary setting. It's empowering for both.
That is a perfect example. Okay, let's zoom out a bit, looking ahead. What does the future hold for these themes? Sacrifice, self-preservation, and caregiving. How do these resonate in the wider culture, especially with big planetary shifts coming up?
That's a really important question, especially looking at, say, the upcoming 2026 Pluto and Aquarius alert.
Pluto, transformation, Aquarius, technology, the collective.
Right, so there's a potential optimized path here. Parents could consciously use tech boundaries, parental controls, scheduled digital downtime for the whole family, using tech itself as a kind of modern 12th house sanctuary.
Creating digital quiet zones.
Exactly, creating space, retreat, even in our hyper-connected world. But there's also the challenge path.
What is this?
Where ignoring the transits, ignoring the need for these boundaries, could lead to martyrdom spikes, especially during powerful events like eclipses conjunct Neptune.
Eclipses bring intensity. Neptune dissolves boundaries.
Oh dear. It could drastically intensify that tendency for self-sacrifice, maybe to a breaking point, forcing a crisis if the lesson isn't learned proactively.
So it really is about consciously choosing our response to these big energies. What's the ultimate choice point, then, for a parent who really wants to break these inherited cycles?
I think the ultimate choice point involves actively building ancestral altars to release inherited sacrifice narratives.
Now, does that mean a literal altar?
It can. A physical altar can be very powerful, but it's more about the symbolic act. Consciously acknowledging the patterns of self-erasure, the martyrdom perhaps, passed down your lineage.
And then consciously letting them go.
Yes, releasing yourself, and maybe even them, from obligations that no longer serve anyone's highest good. It's about intentionally choosing a new legacy for yourself and your children.
That's a beautiful, active way to integrate the past into present healing, creating a different future. Can we put this in a broader cultural context? Is there maybe a film metaphor or even a modern public figure who kind of exemplifies this 12th house journey, carrying unseen burdens, needing that private retreat?
Oh, definitely. For a film metaphor, you could say the journey often mirrors Frodo carrying the ring.
From Lord of the Rings, how so?
Think about it. Frodo didn't ask for the ring, this immense, invisible burden, but he carried its weight, often silently, unseen, for the good of everyone else. It embodies that sacrificial aspect of the 12th house carrying something heavy, often out of sight.
The weight of unseen burdens, that fits perfectly. And a modern icon.
Well, you could look at someone like Princess Kate. Astrologers often point to her significant 12th house stellium.
A stellium meaning multiple planets there.
Yes, a cluster of planets in that hidden house. So her life involves a huge amount of public sacrifice, duty, image. Yet there's clearly also this constant vital need for private retreats to maintain her equilibrium. She really exemplifies that tension between public giving and private boundaries on a world stage.
Those are really potent examples. Makes these deep astrological concepts feel very grounded, very real. Okay, before we wrap up, let's just circle back and really emphasize the importance of these insights and make sure we're framing them inclusively for all caregivers.
Absolutely vital. We need to stress that caregivers with heavy 12th house placements often feel societal pressure to erase their needs. And this is universal.
Not just moms.
Not just moms, not just any specific gender, partnership status, or family setup. The expectation to be endlessly selfless in caregiving runs deep in society. So this deep dive is truly relevant for anyone in a caregiving role who feels that push-pull, that drain.
Right. And are there any specific, maybe gendered insights that have been observed astrologically, perhaps around nurturing styles?
Yes, there are nuances. For instance, Liz Green, the brilliant psychological astrologer, observed that sometimes Cancer Sun fathers may confuse nurturing with enmeshment.
Cancer, the ultimate nurturing sign.
Exactly. Deeply focused on home, family, emotional security. So for a father with a Cancer Sun, that powerful natural instinct to nurture, if combined with tricky 12th house placements, could unintentionally blur lines. They might become overly entangled in their kids' emotional lives, mistaking it for support. It mirrors that same 12th house theme. Dissolving boundaries, but perhaps from a different angle.
Fascinating. This information is just so rich, so multi-layered, really profound insights here. For listeners who want to go even deeper, what are some of the key sources that underpin this deep dive? Where does this robust knowledge come from?
Well, we draw on some foundational texts. Liz Green's Saturn, A New Look at an Old Devil, is amazing for understanding inherited patterns and psychology in the chart. Demetra George's Astrology for the Authentic Self offers incredible insights on Chiron, the wounded healer, and those ancestral connections we discussed.
Got it.
For the Vedic angle, the Moksha Bhava perspective, we reference Parashara's Parashara Hora Shastra, which is really a cornerstone text of Vedic astrology.
Your ancient wisdom.
Absolutely. And then for more contemporary takes and practical tools, someone like Shani Nicholas, her Sacred Boundaries meditation series is invaluable.
Great resources. And just quickly, what's your validation protocol for weaving these insights together? How do you ensure they're accurate, relevant?
Great question. We always validate through multiple lenses, so insights are ephemeris checked, meaning we look at the actual planetary movements, like Neptune's upcoming transit through Aries starting 2025-2026.
Which signifies?
A major period for boundary ignition. Aries is assertive, fiery. Neptune moving there suggests a collective push towards defining ourselves more clearly. We also cross-reference with other holistic systems, for example, through Ayurvedic consult.
Ayurveda, the Indian system of medicine.
Yes. Ayurveda confirms that Vata dosha, parents those with more air and ether element, are often more prone to 12th house type depletion. Their sensitive, expansive nature makes them susceptible. And Ayurveda offers practical remedies like warm oil massage, Abhyanga for grounding. So we blend celestial and embodied wisdom.
Fantastic, a truly integrated approach. Okay, so wrapping this all up, what does this really mean for you, our listeners, our sacred nurturers, navigating this path? What's the core transformative message we want you to take away today?
I think it comes down to this, and it's so important. Sacrifice becomes sacred only when you are no longer the offering.
Wow. Say that again.
Sacrifice becomes sacred only when you are no longer the offering. Your healing isn't selfish. It's the lighthouse for your child's own voyage.
Your healing is the lighthouse. That's beautiful.
As our cosmic journey through the 12th house concludes, dive deeper into your unique path of healing and boundaries. Request your personal boundary ignition audio reading via email. Now you'll find the link waiting in the description below.
And for ritual blueprints like that new moon sanctuary bath or guides for building those ancestral altars, explore all the episode resources right there too. Remember, your healing isn't selfish, it's the lighthouse guiding your whole family home.
Ignite. Anchor.
Shine! Subscribe for more starlight insights into parenthood's sacred depths. Thank you so much for journeying with us today.